Hello, for today's Goodreads, or this month's Goodreads book, I've got Do It Yourself 12 Volt Solar Power by a guy called Michel Daniek. He's a German guy. And it's a really useful little book that Tom and I referred to a lot when we first came here to France and we were setting up our first solar power system. So I thought I'd share it with you because I think more and more people are showing an interest in solar power. Certainly noticed that here, and so if you are interested and you want to set up a little system, this is a good book to refer to. It's very accessible, it's got quite a lot of pictures and diagrams in, and it's easy enough for a layperson to understand. It just says here, this book aims to provide you with a basic knowledge of solar power systems along with many tips and ideas. I will show you how to build small and medium-sized solar power systems made from easily obtainable materials. There is a basic electricity lesson about volts, amperes and watts, and instructions for using a digital multimeter. I would like to show you some simple uses for solar electricity. You will be amazed by the possibilities of solar power. And I have to say, I love living with solar power. He's a guy, he was actually born in Germany. He lived in Germany and worked for quite a long time there until he was 30. He used to work repairing bicycles for handicapped people. Amongst other things, and then he got a bit disillusioned with the German way of life and decided to set off in a camper van and do his own thing. And he had his first, I think it was his first 12 volt solar system within his camper van, and that's how he really got interested in it. And he used to give lots of courses and tutorials, but he was a bit tired of answering the same questions all the time, and so that's why he decided to write this book, which I'm very glad he did because it's very useful. And I think now he's living in Spain somewhere. He covers everything from solar panels, batteries, regulators, multimeters, cabling, fuses, inverters, things like electrosmog, lamps, it goes on. And so for a tiny book, I think that is really good. I'll put a link to it in the description below. Then he talks about other things near the end about how to adapt certain tools to become solar powered, like drills, washing machines and things like that. So it's very interesting. Systems for following the sun, which is a great idea. There we go, sun following systems. It's quite sort of basic things that you could do yourself. When we first came here, it wasn't necessarily our plan to be off-grid and have just solar power, but we just thought we'd try it because when we arrived we didn't seem to be connected to the grid, and we thought, well, let's try it with some panels. And by that time we'd been travelling around in our camper van and we had a little panel there, so we were used to it from that. And we bought our first two bigger panels. We've decided, 11 years later, we're still just on solar for our electricity in the house, and it works really well. I really like it. I like that direct connection with your energy. Anyway, I hope you enjoy that, and if you're thinking of setting up a solar system or anything, then that's a really good book to help you on your way and to keep referring to.